guys, it's Taylor here. What's up? I'm so happy you're here to join me today on this video. Today I'm going to be doing a record collection video. I know this is a little random because one, I've been away forever and I never make videos, but when I get that little spark of inspiration, I have to sit down and just do it. I've been collecting vinyls for a couple of months now. I've been enjoying collecting them. I'm a little mad though because I just filmed this whole video and realized my camera wasn't recording. So here we are again. So sorry if this seems a little sped up. I'm going to try and slow it down for you guys, okay? So I'm just going to go through my collection. It's not humongous, but it's filled with some gems, I personally think, so let's just do it. The first album I'm talking about is I have I the Mighty, Karma Never Sleeps. I love this album so much. I the Mighty is one of my favorite bands of all time. I actually just saw them at Irving Plaza last week, and they were amazing. Yeah, it's just an amazing album. I totally recommend it. The next album is one of my favorite albums of all time, and it's Feel Something by Movements. I love Movements so much. Everything Movements does is amazing, but this album just means so much to me. It holds such a deep place in my heart, and if you've never listened to Movements, I totally recommend it. My next record is probably tied for first place with that Movements record, and it is The Smiths' The Queen is Dead. I love The Smiths so much. And this record is so good. My boyfriend actually surprised me with this, and it was amazing, and I think I've listened to it probably 50 times since I've gotten it. I will just continue to listen to it on repeat because it is just that amazing. So good. Next, I have this album I actually just bought the other day at an FYE, and it was Panic at the Disco, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. This is my favorite Panic album ever. I feel like typically the first album is never anybody's favorite album. This one's my favorite. It is just classic Panic. Every song on this is just so good. Next, I got this album from some man's garage. He was having a record sale, and I picked this album up. It's AC/DC Highway to Hell. This is an amazing album. AC/DC is obviously an iconic rock band, and I just felt like I had to have this. I got this for $10, so you can't really beat that. Next is another record from that man's garage, and it is Fleetwood Mac. This, again, is an original printing from 1975, which is pretty sick. It still plays amazing, and it's definitely worn. You could tell that this is it used to be white, and now it's off-white because it's a little dirty. But I kind of like that. I think it gives it character, and the record still plays great, so that's really all I care about. I have listened to this 3 times today fully through, and I'm obsessed with it. Stevie Nicks' voice is just who gave her permission, you know? Next up, I have All Time Low, So Wrong It Is Right. This album is so freaking good. I got some kind of exclusive special edition version of this, so there was only 300 of this copy made, and I got number 249, so that's pretty sick. But my favorite part of this is that the freaking record itself is so beautiful. Can we just take a moment to look at all this in all of its glory? I wish I could hang this up. It is just so beautiful. I am a sucker for colored vinyl, even though I know it's not an original copy from when it was originally put out, but I love colored vinyl. I think it is just so special, and I actually have a couple colored vinyls in my collection, so I'll definitely show you guys all of those. Sorry I sound congested. I don't know what's wrong with me. I did not sound like this earlier. Next, I have the Four Seasons. It's a storybook kind of, but it's just Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and it has basically all their hits on it. And I love Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Jersey Boy, everything about that is just, I love it. And this has some really iconic songs on it, and I got this at a local record shop, which is pretty cool. Next, I have 5 Seconds of Summer, Young Blood. This album rocks so hard, it's not even funny. Again, my boyfriend surprised me with this, which was so sweet of him. He also has a copy of it because I got him hooked on 5 Seconds of Summer. Next, I have One Direction 4. And if you know me and anything about my channel, you know I went through a humongous One Direction phase, really late in life, but it doesn't matter. and I had to get this. This is my favorite One Direction album ever, and it is a 2 LP album, so it has 2 records in it, which I like and I dislike. I dislike it because, one, it's more money. Actually, I think I just kind of dislike it in general. I wish it was 1 disc. 1, it's more money with 2 discs. 2, each side is only 3 songs. I would rather it be 6 songs on each side and not have to like keep flipping it and just like listen to it. But, ow. That hurt. But whatever, this is still my favorite album of all time. Fireproof, Girl Almighty. I have a Girl Almighty tattoo. Like, I love this album. Next, I have 2 little 45s. The first one I have is Rocket Man by Elton John. I found this at the Goodwill in my area, which is really cool. It was like $2. And I have Creedence Clearwater Revival, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Next, I have the man himself, Harry Styles. Words don't even, I don't even have words for this album. This album, 1, means the whole world to me. 2, means the whole world to me. And 3, it means the whole entire world to me. I feel like I keep saying all these albums are my favorite albums, but it's because they are. Next, I have Paramore, After Laughter. Again, this is just the album I put on if I want to just dance around my room like a maniac, but also like cry at the same time, you know? I thought I just had a spider on me and I almost screamed, but anyway. This one though, oh, this one's sick, is Marble. This is a Marble record, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. Hello? If you want to like maybe get in here, like that'd be freaking amazing if you wanted to do so. Next is, you guessed it, one of my favorite albums of all time. That is A Star Is Born, the soundtrack. This movie is my favorite movie of all time. I have seen it, I think, 8 or 9 times, and it only came out in, like, what, December? Me and my boyfriend, I'm so happy he loves it just as much as I do, and it's not like, oh, he likes it because I like it. Like, no, he loves it. Me and him duet all the time with all these songs. We each have the soundtrack, we each have the movie. We are huge A Star Is Born stans. And this album means, like, a ton to me. Like, I only just got it recently, but this album, everything about this means so much to me. It just reminds me of my boyfriend, which is, like, cheesy, but whatever. And yeah, I will never, ever, ever, ever get sick of this album. Next, my dad sent to me. It is a Michael Jackson picture disc, but we don't stand Michael Jackson anymore, so whatever. One Direction, Made in the AM. Again, this brings back really good memories of being just careless, a careless teen, you know? Next, we have Queen's Greatest Hits. I love Queen, if you didn't know. And I got this for Christmas, and I am obsessed with it. It is, just like it says, all their biggest hits. It is a 2 LP, so there's 2 discs in here. Next, I have one of my favorite movies of all time, The Greatest Showman soundtrack. I love musicals, if you didn't know. And The Greatest Showman, again, it's one of my favorite movies ever. I've seen it a million times. I've listened to the soundtrack 2 million times, and it is so good. And if you've never seen it, I totally recommend watching it. Next, we have With Confidence, Love and Loathing. This is also a colored disc. This one is beautiful. I love this one. Let me show you. This one is just like a baby pink, like, beautiful, beautiful album. If you don't know With Confidence, what is wrong with you? Kidding. But you should really get on it. With Confidence is one of my favorite bands of all time, and they are so good and so underrated. Next is an album that means the entire world to me, and this is probably, like, I feel like if there was going to be, like, a soundtrack of my life, well, a soundtrack of my past, well, a soundtrack of, like, my teenage years, it would be this album. I have probably listened to this album, not, like, this actual, like, copy, but just, like, this CD in general, I want to say about, like 400 times probably. This means the entire world to me. I actually have, where is it? Oh, I don't know if you could see that. Right here. Darling, You'll Be Okay from Hold On Till May. I had Tony Perry write that out for me when I met him once. This is also a colored record. Let me show you. This one's also pretty sick. Wow, take a shot every time I say the word sick. This also is kind of like a tie-dye situation. Cloud with the Sky, it's just, oh my god, so good. It means the whole world to me. Next we have With Confidence, Better Weather. Again, I am obsessed with Confidence, and I think everybody needs to listen to them. They are so good. This album is amazing. This is going to be a little weird. I feel like more people know this than I think do, but I also feel like everyone's going to be like, what do you listen to? It is Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. This movie, The Pick of Destiny, is, again, just like the movie of like my teenage years. Like, it is so good and it is so funny. It's Jack Black and Kyle Gass and their band Tenacious D, and they actually do tour, and they've been a touring band since I think the 90s or something like that, early 2000s, 90s, I don't know. But The Pick of Destiny is just one of the greatest movies of all time, and it has one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. They write all of their own songs, and they are just, I don't know, Jack Black has an amazing voice, and Kyle Gass can really play the guitar, and if you've never watched Tenacious D, you need to get on that right now. The next one, I don't think I've ever actually listened to, because my boyfriend got it for me because I love drag queens, but he got me Trixie Mattel's album. I love Trixie Mattel, but she is a country singer, and I don't like country music. What I love most about this is that it is, again, a colored vinyl. It's like this clear with like pink, like bubblegum it looks like, and it has her little face on it on both sides, different picture. I like that one because her nose is like the whole whatever. I like that it's like a bubblegum splatter kind of situation. I think that looks pretty sick. Last but not least, this is the record that started my collection without even knowing it was going to start my collection, and it is Jonas Brothers' It's About Time. First of all, this is the Jonas Brothers' first ever album from 2006. If you know absolutely anything about me, you know that the Jonas Brothers is my favorite band of all time. When I was younger, growing up, I loved these boys like they were my own, even though I was only like 11. I have seen them in concert a million gazillion times. And anyway, the reason I have this is because my mom was a part of their fan club. Like, you could sign up online. And they sent her this for being like a longtime fan. So I got this for free. And now I just have it. Alright guys, you made it through. That is my whole entire record collection. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I understand. It's a little random and weird and I don't know. But I really wanted to make it. I really enjoy collecting records and listening to music. Just like a normal person. I know my collection is a little small, but it'll grow, you know. Oh, I forgot to mention. On the way, I have a record coming. My boyfriend surprised me. He bought me Enema of the State by Blink-182, which I'm stoked for. So yeah, that's my whole collection. I really hope you enjoyed. If you want to see anything else from me, like any other videos, let me know. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'll leave my Instagram and my Twitter down below and my Snapchat if you want to go follow that. And I'll see you next time. See ya.